Hi guys, how's it going? Alright. Hi Jesus! Myth time, one of the highlights of each month. Yay! Hi Rockhold! Hi guys. So we're gonna do the normal start. Gonna have Monk introduce himself when he's ready to do so. Sorry guys that we had a late start. Things out of our control, yeah.
Texting me again. I am just Monk, and I am just a man trying to be a monk. And it's not easy, because monks are like super disciplined. But what I like to do is I like to do the arts, and I've been doing the arts for a long time. I've been on Twitch since 2016, and I need to trim my nose hairs because they're too long today.
Thanks for sharing that little tidbit at the end there. is that your way of saying you're old? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know.
Jesus says too much information. Guys, go and check out Monk. He's on TikTok, he's on Twitch, he does the art on both, and he just started doing the Snapchats too. So, you're doing art stuff on Snapchat too, right? Kinda. By the way, laptop is acting up, so just FYI. Okay. Hi, Brad. I'm kinda, lurking here, but it's good to see both of your faces. Thank you for the 100 biddies, Brad, and it's good to see you. Thank you for the lurk. Alright. So yeah, I guess we should start, huh? Are you ready, Monk?
Yes, of course.
Okay, maybe we should do some shoutouts real quick. The people that are currently here.
Yes.
Guys, go and check out Rockhold. Rockhold is a game streamer and a very amazing person, and definitely excited to see him do the arts. Hopefully do some art streams. Nudge nudge. Nudge nudge. He's like, And hi Evolutia! Guys, go and check out Jesus as well. Jesus is also a lovely person. Does the game streams and the art streams, makes dioramas, sculpts, masks, all kinds of different things. Does some like lighting art what do you call that? Like when somebody like sculpts with light. Those like little light things. Is there a word for that? There's gotta be a word for that. L-wire?
L-wire, nice.
Oh, and then...
This is my microphone is blocking the chat.
Guys, also go and check out Evolutia. Evolutia does beautiful animal art. You are getting better and better at the people, and I'm so excited. Every time you do one, I get a little bit more excited, because I love seeing your progress in both animals and people. You do beautiful work. Definitely go and check out Evolutia. Also a very lovely person. You know, I'm just gonna have to say that for everyone. If you guys aren't following each other, definitely go and do that. Alright. And hi, little bro. Okay. So are we ready? And little bro, you haven't started streaming, right? Please tell me when you start, because I don't think that you do yet. But yell at me if you start. Okay. So now, this monthly myth is the Ratatoskr. It's kind of a cute one, and I get to peek a little bit through them, so I'm really excited. The first one is Little Bros. Never starting? Oh, Little Bro's never going to stream, but at least we get to see his beautiful art. So, talking of Little Bro, let's look at his stuff here. Okay, so this title of this one is Ratatoskr, and this is by Little Bro. Definitely go and, Little Bro, do you have an Insta that you want to link in the chat for us, please? Hi, Creative Jenny! Welcome in. He says, from what I read, it seems more like that tusk part was just the creature's teeth. So I just added some hair that kind of looked like a spike or something as an ode to the horn that wasn't there. Okay. Well, I like what you did. Like, it has like a very, I don't know, anthropomorphic? I can't say it. Like it feels like a Viking. Like the shape of its face. And I don't know why when I look at it, like I just love like the burly arms, and he has like a very strong aesthetic. I don't know if that's what you were going for, but that's what I really like about this. When I first saw this, I just fell in love with his face. I love his face, and the reflection that you did in his eyes is gorgeous. I also like how his hands are chunky, and then you have like this like wisp off the back of his arm. Just all beautiful detail, and I love the way you painted the hair. I just noticed little Tree of Life icon like on the messaging bag. Is that a rock in there? Wait, is that a rock? That's really cool. And then he's got like a water bottle. So like, it definitely feels like this is taken from like a comic or some type of story. So, just great work. Monk, do you have anything to add?
Absolutely. I love how saturated the Ratatoskr is as far as the colors go. And then your surrounding colors are desaturated. A lot of your artwork, I love how you are very purposeful with where you place high levels of detail and where you intentionally put less detail. So like with the background, desaturated, undetailed, but it's all intentional. And then the Ratatoskr, high saturation for certain parts of it, and then a lot of detail in the face region and with his little trinkets that he has. And so it really draws my focus in on the character. Yeah, and it's just beautiful. And then to bring back attention to the trinkets, I love how much detail there is, how much fine detail there is. You actually put some mindfulness into how the light would bend in the bottle and change the shape of the liquid inside. And so it really helps me imagine a believable, like that there's something inside of that glass bottle, and that the way the liquid inside looks is being affected by how light would bend inside of a glass bottle in the first place. And then the little rune that is on the stone, or the drawing that's on the stone in there, I love that you managed to get the Tree of Life inside this image somehow by putting it on that rune. Very creative.
Yeah, and I just actually noticed that you actually have runes like carved like into the leather, which is really cool. I'm actually learning all the meanings of the runes right now. The one on his like shoulders, like mankind. Oh, actually, that might be, yeah, that one's mankind, I believe. And then the one on the side here is fluidity. I'm not sure what the other two are. I'm in the middle of learning them, but it's really cool that you have like the runes actually carved into the leather. That's like great attention to details. It's gorgeous. Thank you for the resub, Sketchy! And hi, Sketchy. Okay, so let's move to chat and see what chat has to say. Let's make sure that I get the top of it. Let's see. Very cute, says Jesus. Holy crap, this is cute and so clean. I could see this included in the Smite skin list. Amazing job. What is the Smite skins? Is that for a certain game?
It is a, yes, Smite is a type of game. It's a mix between it's a type of MOBA.
Oh, okay.
Like League of Legends and stuff like that. Except Smite is 3D. Yeah.
Creative Jennies. Let's see. Yeah. I think I'm missing some. But yeah, absolutely great work. Yell at me, guys, if I missed your comment. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Especially like I said, like, I feel like this is a character from a comic or something like that, and you keep blowing me out, like, blowing my mind with your art pieces. So I do hope to see more, and remedy that you don't have an Insta. I mean, holy shit, man. Where are we supposed to support your arts? Do you at least have like a Redbubble or something? Okay, so I'm gonna come back here. Yeah, we need to be able to support you, little bro. Give us some way to support you.
Yes. We need to give you all of the love.
Yes. Let us love you! Alright, so the next one is Me Mouses. Let me say hi to a couple people that have come in though. Hi Creative Jenny and hi Sketchy. Make sure that... Oh, and Creative Jenny says that I like this. The bright colors and his expression looks great. I see this as a print. Yeah, I know, and that's what I was saying. We need a print, little bro. Give us a little, give us something to support. Because I would love to own some of your prints for sure. What a cool postman. I want to know what he's delivering. Messages. Alright. So let's move to this next one.
There are narwhals in front of my face. I'm gonna eat them.
Okay. Do you want to read this one?
I don't have it open.
Okay, never mind then. Okay, so the title of this one is Ratatoskr. This one is by Me Mouse. And it says, so although Ratatoskr is usually depicted as a red squirrel, I choose to show its darker nature on the outside, making it more of a shadow squirrel. I love that. When I saw this, I was like, I felt the evil, like, conniving type feelings from this. Like, it feels like he's kind of, like, hunkering down behind the tree, like, maybe listening to things so he can get more gossip and then spread it, like, in a very, like, menacing way. So I really like the storytelling that you have here. I really like how you painted the fur. I also like how he's pretty much silhouetted. Like, he has like a very silhouette type feel, like almost the same color as the tree to kind of like make for that kind of menacing type feeling. But then you have that bright background that kind of like makes him pop off the background. So I think that was really good, like, choice and contrast, you know, for the emotion you were trying to capture. I think that you definitely nailed that emotion. And I love his little muzzle. You did very well on the squirrel anatomy. Your turn.
This squirrel is nuts. I just love the way he looks. He reminds me of if Nightcrawler from X-Men turned into a squirrel, this is what he would look like. Um, he's just it's such a awesome look, and like the level of detail that you have on this beautiful piece it's amazing. I I was leaning forward and squinting because it looks like you drew every individual hair, which looks really, it came out really, really well. And I just love the way that the colors are playing here. It definitely looks like a fantasy scene. Just unbased in reality, just enough to where it's very dreamlike.
Oh, Me Mouse is here. No, you're not late. You're right on time. You were like the second entry, so you're right on time. Guys, go and check out Me Mouse's work. Here is her Insta, and I keep saying Me Mouse because I started saying it like that, but it's actually Mia Mouse. So please yell at me, Mia. I'm so sorry. Like, I have called you Mia Mouse for so long that it's gonna take a little bit to break the habit. I don't know if you were done, Monk. I'm so sorry. I thought you were, but
Done.
You were.
I have the habit of saying Maria because Punky always says Maria.
Yeah. We get into these habits of calling people certain things, and it's hard to break. So let's see what chat has to say.
Let's check out chat. Oh, hola, Brad. Let's see here.
Oh, you want to do it?
Looks great. What a cool Oh, no. Wait, hold on a second. You already read that. Love my hat. No, wait. Where's the stuff? But, Jesus says, I love the darker take, literally on the creature and the pointy ears and lush tail. Great job on the tree and background. I agree. And then little bro says, I love your darker take on it. It never even crossed my mind to try that, so I love that you were thinking outside of the box. Rocko, that's so cool looking! Exclamation point, I had to yell it. And then Mr. Blueway, woo! And just call her Minnie Mouse. I answer to anything mouse. Nice.
That's one way to do it. But yeah, definitely go and check out her Instagram. She's also a streamer, so definitely go and support her by giving her a follow on her stream and checking her out doing all of the art on the art processes. So,
and if you have any sort of store related stuff,
please share.
Here's your, yes.
Yeah, promote yourself. This is the perfect time. Redbubble, like anything where you sell prints, Etsy, please drop your links for us. Thank you for reminding me, Monk.
Of course. That's what I'm here for. The co-host. The co-helper.
Oh, and Brad says, I love the way its face has some soft light on there to highlight how it's peering out to stalk someone or get information. Spy squirrel. Yes! I don't have any sort of stuff like that. Oh, well, when you start. Okay, so guys, go and check out Mr. Blu-ray. Mr. Blu-ray is a game streamer, does art as well. Let's see, anyone else come in that needs a shout out? Guys, go and check out Sketchy too. Sketchy's an art streamer.
Little bro added something. Oh yeah, that too, lighting on the face also draws attention to the viewer. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, definitely. And it's creative. And guys, go and check out Creative Jenny as well. She is an artist and writer. Alright, so this next one is Autumn's.
Yay.
Okay, so I'm not sure. It says care of magical creatures class, and it says the Ratatoskr is a mischievous creature. Don't use them as messengers due to them likely lying to the recipient of the message. In Norse mythology, Muggles depicted the Ratatoskr to be more rat-like in nature. They are travelers and don't stay in one place too long. Their name means Tusk the Traveler. Ooh. And then,
I did not know that.
yeah, I didn't know that either. I learned something. And then she says, decided to do another Harry Potter themed one. This time I'm in care of magical creatures. If you look closely, I have Newt Scamander. What? Newt Scout. I don't know how to say his last name. Scamander's book. Yeah, so Newt. But Fantastic Beasts to study from. This was a mischievous bugger, but I was able to tame him with acorns, and he became my friend. No, I actually took the real cover of Fantasy Beasts and photoshopped it in there because I'm lazy. Oh, I wouldn't have noticed. I'm sorry about my horrible reading skills. I've always read acorns weird since I was a child. I have a problem with acorns. Well, anyway, I love this piece, Autumn. I saw that you changed like the hair color and you changed a few things from the original. I do like this one. I like the type that you changed too. Like, I like this font a lot more. It's very whimsy and it kind of adds to like the illustration. I do like your Harry Potter themed ones, and I hope that I see more of these because it kind of like brings in that fantastical beast thing, because like they actually do use mythology in the movies. Like was he writing the Kelpie in one of these recent films? So it's really cool to be throwing those in there. So I like this concept, and this is a really cute character. I believe this is like this is you, right? This is a portrait of you. It's adorable. And I love how you were snuggling with it. Do you have anything that you wanted to add?
Yes. Be safe, Autumn, because snuggling next to that tusk, that horn, you don't want to get that horn to the eyes or anything like that. But I love the approach that you took with this. I know that you're a huge fan of the Harry Potter series, and so I'm glad that you found your way of like just bringing that fantasy world into this. And in Norse mythology, Muggles. That's funny. And you're getting better at hands. That's something that I've noticed for sure. You're getting better at hands. So I like that as far as all of that goes. And what does that say? Fantastic Beast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like the way that that you just mixed the worlds, because the Fantastic Beast, that ended up becoming its own movie, didn't it?
Yeah, but it's based off the book. I don't know, it's like the writer of Fantastic Beasts was like part of the Harry Potter series, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I actually like the Fantastic Beasts more than I like Harry Potter.
It's just great that that these myths can be whatever we want, you know?
Yeah.
Like, turn it into whatever we want. Last time, Autumn did a comic, and this time she's just bringing her OCs and the things that she loves into the myth. And
Yeah.
that's appreciated.
It's really cool. Okay, let's move to chat and see what they say. Mia Mouse says it does very much fit into the universe. I think so too. Brad says this is cool, a really playful take on the myth. Yeah, I agree. Mia says I like that it's like booping them on the nose with a tusk, not stabbing in the nose or eye like Monk might have suggested. Let's see. And Little Bro says, love the Harry Potter crossover. I started reading about witchcraft recently, and witches actually made grimoires like this of spirits and demons and stuff, detailing about them on your page. Interesting. That's interesting. And Jesus says, also cute piece. Phil, I'm gonna say that a lot. Great job on the colors and overall character design. I agree. You know, it's just a cute mythology. It's a cute character. Okay, let's come back over here. What are you smiling about over there?
I'm just sleepy tired. See, I can't even like words right. I said sleepy tired. Oh.
You're okay.
Nope.
You're okay. We're getting through it. All right, so this next one is Evolutions. So let's check it out. Okay, so this one is Ratatoskr is the title. Let's see, such a cute challenge. I was drawing on my tablet. I used my favorite mechanical pencil brush, this time in slightly dirty style. I had much fun playing with the lines and the blur to make him look fluffy, but a bit rough. Yeah, I like what you did with the hair. I love that you're experimenting with the way you're doing hair and you haven't like really just like settled on what you're doing. One of the things I really like doing with hair is just playing around and trying to be free with it because you find like shortcuts and stuff, so I love that you're doing that. I really love the bushy tail like coming forward. I have to make a comment. My daughter actually I told her, she's like, what should I draw? And I was like, draw a Ratatoskr. And she started drawing one, and I pulled yours up to load it, and she's like, oh my gosh, and like is freaking out because she's like, that was the concept I wanted to do with the ears. She just loved the ears. And yeah, she thought it was super adorable, so I had to make that comment. But yeah, I really like what you have here. I love your animal anatomy as usual. And yeah, great work. Oh no, did we lose Monk?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you are.
It's just an icon.
It's better now.
We get to see two of you. Huzzah!
You're good now. You're good. Did you have anything to add?
Yes. Evolution. I love it. It's I like that you put green in its fur and that you made it like all mossy like. And your version of the Ratatoskr, I'm realizing now that it looks so much like
But they
a
took it
Pokemon
down now.
called Nidorino. Nidorino looks exactly like this thing, except Nidorino was actually a rabbit, so ignore me. But at any rate, I just love the way that this came out. And the part that's my favorite is the very believable foreshortened like curvature of this bushy tail.
Mm-hmm.
I can very much get a sense that there's a part that's far away and that it's arching up and over and coming closer to me. It's just so well executed, as well, like as far as the dimension and feel of that tail is. It just really pops out. Really pops out.
Yeah, I really love that too.
If there's a speed paint of this, I would love to watch it because I would really like to try to understand what your approach and method was for making that tail the way you did.
Oh, that would be fun to watch. Okay, let's move to chat and see what they say. Let me go ahead and drop this here though. Guys, that is Evolution's link tree, so that's where you can find all of the good stuff, social medias, and if she has a store or anything like that. So definitely. Oh, thank you so much, Jesus. I appreciate that. I love it that you do that. Let's see.
Alright, Blue says... Didn't say anything. Mia Mouse says, "It's so fluffy!"
Oh, Ruby!
Zeus says, "This really gives off rat and squirrel. Great line work on the tail and fur overall. Also, great job blurring the background." I agree with that. And I forgot to mention how well executed that part is. Brad makes noises. Holy shit! ... The depth of field effect in this is awesome. Really pops off the screen. Fur detail is great too. And then Little Bro says that they really like the composition with all the angles leading away from the corners of the page and keeping your vision centered. True, very true. I like that. And I believe that's everything on the piece.
Alright, let's come back here. And hi Blue, welcome in. Yeah, we are going over all of the art pieces. Welcome in, Nicholas. Let me go ahead and give some more shout outs while I'm at it. Oh, thank you so much, Jesus. That helps. Guys, go and check out Blue. He is a game streamer. Alright, so this next piece... Oh. The next piece is Jesus's. So I'm trying to stop it before it starts making noise. Alright, so let's head into this next one. I'm gonna go ahead and pause everything. Let me see. We do have music again this time, right? I would just want to make sure. Alright, let's come back here. So we're gonna be quiet the first playthrough, and then we're gonna read what he has to say.
Oh no. Okay, so I'm gonna turn down the music just a little bit so I can read this. He says, "Vu don't come back. Vu don't come back." This piece was inspired by a childhood story of my longest friend hating squirrels so much that he decided to create a voodoo doll effing to make sure they didn't come back to his house. So I decided to make a voodoo doll Ratatoskr incense. Oh, an incense burner. The sewing needle holder. His whiskers are the needles, obviously, and they can be removed. Oh, that's a cool concept. Also, I plan to make a snake incense ashtray
So I guess this is a whip. Anyway, each month poses are a challenge, and I'm glad to still be a part of this fun each month. Yay! Well, I have to say, like, Jesus, this. I didn't read the description, but I saw the stitches all over the Ratatoskr, so I definitely saw that it had a very, like, plushy type look. I saw the buttons on the eye and the nose, so it definitely had like a voodoo doll type feel. I didn't realize those were needles and could be removed. I actually didn't know those are incense either, so it's really cool that you made this like a piece that like you can use and like in your everyday. That's a really cool concept. You have the music that you've created, makes it very like somber and like sad type feeling, and I really love that about it. Like when you're looking at this like sewn together type character and you're listening to this music, like I was feeling like almost sorry for him. But there's something also very whimsy about it, so it's like sad, but it's got some kind of whimsy type effect and sound in it. So I really enjoy this, and hearing this story about your friend, I'm very curious to know like if it worked out for him. Like, did the squirrel stop coming? I'm wondering. But yeah, really cool piece, really cool concept. Love the heart even. And it feels like he's kind of like holding these up, which is really cool. Monk, did you have something you wanted to add?
I'm trying to finish watching it because it took forever for it to load up on my phone.
Oh no.
Because I'm on a Discord call with you, I heard nothing, and so I was able to get to hear some of it just now, so I was hoping that it would be done before you finished your comments. But Zeus, I always love all of your entries, and I like how you brought this project outdoors. That this is a first that you've gone on an exploration journey with us, and I see that I feel like you used that intentionally as part of this project, that you wanted him out and about, and so that I enjoy that everybody is adding just that new little ingredient to the things that they're doing, to just to add a little bit more, and it requires a little bit of like really paying attention to understand. And I could be wrong, I could just be super sleepy since I've been like up for an ungodly amount of hours, but I love this. What are those sticks, Zeus? What are the sticks?
Incense burners.
That's what I thought they were. They look like, I was gonna say they look like incense, and that's awesome. That's such a good idea, because now this project that you made for this one time, you get to use it for the rest of your life to do this. So just awesome that one, you've done every single myth that I know of. You've done every myth, correct? He's done every myth.
I believe he has. I think that... Didn't you do a makeup one? No, you've been there since the beginning. You did the very first one. You did Otter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus has done every single one.
Has done every myth. And so it just means so much, that it clearly means so much to you, that... And on the fact that you used this particular one to add utility to the craft as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice knowing that these aren't things that you're throwing away, that these are things that you're making, you're keeping. It's beautiful.
It is. And then you're probably running out of room for dioramas, and now you're improvising, right?
He's just, yeah, that's why. Oh, that's the real reason why he's outside. He ran out of room. His house is full of myths.
I love his myth wall. He's got like all of his dioramas like up against the wall. Okay, let's see what people have to say. Let me drop Jesus's link tree real quick. I think that you might have already dropped it, but guys, check out all of the places and all the things that you can see of Jesus's. He's got a Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Okay, so let's go to the top here and see what people say. Let me make sure that I get to the very top of it. Okay, it says, Little Bro says, I love that you made such a personal story out of this one. Also love that he is an unwilling needle holder. Voodoo doll. Yeah. Brad says, nice work. Thinking out of the box, Zeus. Really cool to make something functional at the same time as doing the myth. Mia Mouse says, both whimsical and practical. Everyone's like, yes, something practical. And yeah, and Brad says, yeah, the little fella is so lonely. Jesus says, thank you. That was the attempt of the song, and we got more squirrels that summer. That's hilarious. He made a voodoo doll and they flocked in, let's see. Jesus says, yep, I have so many of those I never use. And, sorry, oops, it moved up. And trying to make more multifunctional sculpts. I love it. I can't wait to see what you do more. See, I am. I need a shed for them now. You need a shed for all your dioramas? Hi,
That's
Punky.
awesome.
Alright, let's come back here. Let's pause this and turn our music back on. Yeah, guys, go and check out Punky Dumplin'. Punky is a art streamer. Also go and check out Toast. Toast is a game streamer. Both lovely people. Definitely go give them both follows. Also guys, Jesus is a streamer, so definitely go and follow his Twitch too. You can watch him make those beautiful sculpts. Alright, let's see what is next. Next one is monks. So I'm gonna see if I can't pause this. Did you say no really loud?
Oh no. Everybody run. Avert your eyes.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you talk about yours. So I'm gonna switch over. I'm gonna let you know when it's switched. Alright, it's switched. And it's playing. Do you want to talk about your piece?
Yeah. So I draw everything on, so like the actual shape of what you see, this character, I draw everything on one layer. The only thing that is on a separate layer at the moment is the glow effects, and then everything else I just paint on there. And then depending on my mood, I'll go from dark to bright, or I'll go from bright to dark. This time I went from bright to dark. And when this piece comes closer to fruition, if you think that it looks like a naughty thing, then yes, it does look like a naughty thing. But it's because the purpose of my Ratatoskr was to kind of just represent. He was intentionally supposed to look phallic, but if you look closely at the creature, you'll notice that down at the bottom there, there's fingerprint patterns on the parts that look round. So, and the reason for that is that since the Ratatoskr is supposed to be this creature that is trying to destroy the Tree of Life, but isn't strong enough to do it on his own, and so has to create turmoil through gossip and telling lies to two beings that are much stronger, so that they end up warring and destroying the Tree of Life. I wanted to represent a creature that is very insecure with itself and is struggling with its own identity, and that's the whole purpose of what all that shape is. But then as far as the colors go, I just went buck wild. I was like, I can't fit the tree of life in this image, so I'm going to turn him into a mini tree of life, which is why he's green and his tail looks all crazy like. And then I gave him a third eye instead of a horn because I felt like it. That's all.
Okay, well, I have to say that I really enjoyed watching you make this piece. Mainly because one of the things that you talked about were you were giving him reasons to why he wanted the destruction of this, the Tree of Life, which I thought was a really cool concept and something that I didn't see a whole lot of people doing. So I really much enjoyed that, like giving him a reason to want to destroy things, and it's not anything but his own insecurities, which we see a lot of people do that in life. We see people that have insecurities about themselves and then they attack other people because it makes them lowers everyone else. So I really love that. I also really loved how when you were doing the character, you started with his head and then you kind of like swooped down with these lines, and then you had like the heart attached to it, attached to the lines. At this point, like I didn't really know what you were doing with the piece. And I just love that because it like kind of like pulled the head down into his heart. And I don't know if you meant this in any like way like while you were creating it, but like it made me feel like this is a creature that is insecure and is hurting. So like it's very directly attached to his heart. Like and this is just like what I was thinking while I was watching you create it. It feels like he doesn't mean to be bad. He doesn't mean to be negative. He doesn't mean to do all these things. He's hurting. He's got a very victim mentality and he's lashing out because he's in pain and he wants everyone else to suffer like he's suffering. So I don't think it's a malicious thing. I just think that it's like he doesn't feel good, so he wants everyone else to hurt too. I love that you put like symbols and stuff like that inside of the character, and just this is one of my favorite pieces of yours because the background just kind of like pulls everything together so beautifully. And yeah, I just love his head. He's so cute, and I'm so sad that I didn't get to draw him an art fight. I'm so sad. I might have to draw him anyway because I really love him. So just great work. Love the coloring as usual, and just your light effects. But yes, I guess let's move to chat and see what chat has to say. I'm running straight at Monk, says Toast. You said to run and he's running right to you. How dare. I always dare. Oh my gosh, you guys. Punky says, I love the light effect on this one. Monk, your process is always so fun to watch, and I love your design of this little guy. Jesus says, to me, you mixed all three parts of the myth, snake head and the tree tail. Very clever, and as usual, awesome lighting. Little Bro says, love the lighting and the combination of the blending with the line work on the body is beautiful. Really cool, Monk. Mia Mouse says, I love the squirrel is the tree. Speaking to an untwinned relationship. Speaks to an untwinned relationship. Entwined. Oh, sorry. Thank you. I read things weird. Brad says, it takes balls to do something like this monk, but seriously. Looks awesome with him kind of hiding in behind the trees. It's like we're peering through in secret and witnessing powers we're not meant to see. That's really a cool ad. I like that, Brad. Alright.
Yeah.
So
I thank you all for the kind words. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's definitely a beautiful piece. Guys, definitely go and follow Monk in all the places. His link tree has been dropped by Jesus further up, and let's head to the
Thank you,
next one.
Zeus.
Alright, so the next one is mine. So yeah, I know how you feel, because now it's my turn. Did everyone get shoutouts that came in? Yes. Okay.
Punky?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Punky got one.
I'm gonna wait until the ice machine stops. Alright. So, I named this one Gossip. I wanted to create a piece that would invoke emotion and tell a story. I decided that I wanted to show Ratatoskr whispering into Nidhogg's ear, and Nidhogg listening a bit angrily. I am looking forward to turning this speed paint into a discussion on gossip and how it causes harm on accident. I've actually already made the speed paint. I'm gonna put it out tomorrow on TikTok, talking about this creature and gossip. But yeah, I mean, other than that, created it digitally. I'm surprised that it took as little time as it did. I was gonna pull an all-nighter, and I can't believe that I created this in 4 hours. But I definitely got inspired by some cloud formations. So yeah, that's why this exists. As silly as that sounds. And that's all I have to add.
Glad that I got to see at least some of it during its creation. As far as the VOD goes, when I was at work today, I was trying to sneak in time to watch it in the background. I love the way Nidhogg looks. He is just... There's so many ways to draw dragons, and I feel like this is a type of dragon that I haven't seen. Like, I haven't seen one that looks quite like this. I just love all of the plates, the way it's placed. And just, I would love to see this in Monster Hunter. Let's submit it. Yo, Capcom. You gotta check out Dead's Nidhogg. Let's add it. And then I just love the way that Ratatoskr came out as well. I love the glowing blue stripe, the way that it goes down his back. And then the last thing I'll mention is I just love all of the details on him, as far as like all of these little swirls that we got going along all over him. And then I'll end up talking all night if I keep going. But it's just beautiful. I love the way that it turned out, and I think that how fast you were able to crank this out is just, it's a good measurement for you to just see how much you're improving as an artist, and that this community and your stream and just moving forward, all of the things that you've learned over the last 2 years is just manifesting itself in you being able to do things so beautifully and so fast, but not rushed. A smooth kind of fast. Now I'm going to read chat because it's awkward for you
Yeah.
to read compliments. Let's see here. Punky says, Dead. The fact that you did this in 4 hours still just amazes me. The lighting and glow effects on this are phenomenal, and your colors are absolutely gorgeous. You are badass. I love it. Yeah. Let's see here. Zeus says, holy hell. This is amazing, Dead. I love the glow on the Ratatoskr and Nidhogg. Looks so damn cool. Sorry, this really blew me away. Also, 4 hours? Damn! And those are all of the socials. Follow all of those socials. Especially the TikTok, because you're gonna love all of that. It has a lot more than just her art on there. It just has everything that you could possibly want. Little Bro says, I love the design of the squirrel. I really hoped someone would add Ratatoskr speaking to one of the beings he delivers messages between. The light emitting fur / horn texture looks really cool. Yeah, absolutely. Me Mouse says, there's so much detail and texture. 4 hours? Mind blowing. What? What? This was 4 hours? Little Bro is just catching up on the 4 hours. Nidhogg, let me spell the creature's name right.
You know,
No
I'm
worries.
sorry. No, he is looking at it on my site, and I saw that I misspelt Nidhogg's name, and I was like, oh, no one's gonna notice, I'll correct it later. But Hey Zeus is on the site, so he sees that I spelled it wrong. Rude.
And then Brad says, the expression on both of them is awesome. Ratatoskr whispering deceptions into his ears, and his fury building as he comprehends what he is being told.
Yeah, I'm glad that came across. I definitely wanted that emotion of like, yeah, he's starting to get a little angry at what he's listening to. So I'm glad that came across. Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you for all of the beautiful words. And oh my gosh, thank you guys. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this has been a journey, and just so you guys know, because I tell you guys you can promote, I'm doing a giveaway on TikTok, so get in there and try to grab a sticker. If you just follow me and then you comment which sticker, I'm putting people in a giveaway for Fridays, so if you're on TikTok, go take advantage of that, because it's for the community that I'm doing it. And I know people feel weird about it, but, you know, I'm doing it because I want to give back, so. Alright, so let me hop back here. Shameless promotion, that makes me feel bad. Okay, so the next one is Rockholds, which I'm super excited! This is Rockholds' first entry. We ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is Rockholds. He named, the title is Ratatoskr, which I think is hilarious still. He says, I wanted to use this as a sort of scale of where I need to improve with animal type drawings. I wanted to do a sort of blend of animal character with a bit of a human pose. I learned during this what types of things I need to work on while just enjoying doing art with everyone, and I found it pretty rewarding. Yes, that's great! Thanks for giving me the chance to do this. Oh my gosh. No, I love this. I love that you're using the monthly myth as a learning thing, because I keep telling people that's what this is about. It's supposed to be more freely, like experimental, using it to grow, because it's not a prompt that necessarily needs to be a lot of investment as far as like effort and like worry and things like that. It's supposed to be just growth. So I love that you're using this to grow, because that's what its intention originally was. I really love how you've done this character. It's actually really cool. You've got like a very like fighter type pose with it. You've got this human-esque arm with very like human musculature. So it's kind of cool seeing like the mix between the animal and the person, like you were saying, more human. I definitely get that feel. Like it almost feels like a werewolf type with those legs. So he's got very like werewolf type legs, which I think kind of like works with that like humanoid, humanesque animal mixture. You have a really cool expression on his face too. He's like, come get it, you know. He's like ready to take some battles on. So he looks very badass. So I'm really excited to see more artwork by you, and because I very much enjoyed this one, and great work on the hair, like how you've got like the hair swoopies on the legs, and especially on that elbow. Very cool. What do you have to say, Monk?
Laughing at Maria's comment down there. So when I looked at this Rockhold, I loved it immediately. I can picture this this Ratatoskr. I can picture him raising 4 young mutant turtles into teenagehood. He looks awesome. I just love the way that he came out, and I would love to see. I would just love to see him like in action. Could definitely see this guy as a character, you know. And like what Dead said, I'm so glad that you're using the monthly myth as a stepping stone towards getting yourself back into art. And I'm a firm believer that that like for like personal health, spiritual health, and just like well-being, like if we can do something where we are creating, whether it be art, whether it be music, whatever it is, I think that it is part of the human condition to want to create things, to feel ourselves progressing and making things with our hands, our minds, whatever it is we want to make things with. So I'm glad that the monthly myth is getting you back into that, because what you created is beautiful, and I want to see more live on stream.
Nudge, nudge, nudge.
Right now, go live.
Okay, Monk, do you also want to read the chat?
Yes. Let's start all the way up here. Punky says, "Ooh, I love the posing on this. He looks ready to whoop some trash." Also, those feet and claws are my favorite part. So well done. Little Bro says, line weight is really nice. Have heavier line weight on most of the parts of the body that are in front of other parts. True, very well done. Jesus says, this pose is so fun and pretty menacing. Great job on the anatomy and fur. Little Bro also says, adds well to the depth. Brad Makes Noises says, Rockhold got skills with a Z. Even though there's no background, you get a sense of energy and being poised to strike. Absolutely. The gesture was very important. I mean pose, not gesture. Meow says, the squirrel is about to break some nuts. That's what I was laughing
at. Yeah.
And then let's see here. This is Master Splinter before toddler turtles, yeah. It would be a cool villain for the Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles for sure. Monthly Myth has brought so many back to art or introduced to different mediums. So cool. And then, goddammit, Zeus has come in. Hello all. I think that's all of the comments, everybody.
Okay, let's come back here. You headed out, Blue? Good night, Blue. And welcome in, Goddamn Zeus, and thank you for the subscription, Common Boy. Thank you, thank you.
Sorry that I yawned in the middle of the reading.
How dare you? I'm kidding. And not Riot. Hi, welcome in. Did I say it was your birthday?
Happy birthday!
Hey boys, day of the birth. Happy birthday, not Riot. After we're done looking at everybody's stuff, I will harass you. We have one more myth to look at, and then while the voting and stuff's going on, I'll harass you, okay?
Yes.
Alright, so the next one is from Whim Wizard. And this is the last entry of the night, guys. Thank you for all that participated. I know that it's really difficult. You know, we do these monthly, and it still seems like it's so hard to fit them in. So I really do appreciate any time that you guys are able to jump in. If you didn't jump in this month, I appreciate you for... If you even done it once, it means the world. So thank you so much. And yeah, let's jump into the last one. Oh, you cuddling the Pikachu. Okay, so this one's title is Ratatoskr. This is by Whim Wizard. He says, the accursed Ratatoskr, Viking unisquirrel of the grim abyss. The warriors gather their army upon the shore like a storm gathering wind. Watch in horror as they adorably nibble upon their enemies like a little acorn. Graphite and charcoal on paper. Nice. So I like the poem. I don't know. I'm assuming that you meant that as a poem. It's beautiful. I also really like how I see that you used actual runes. Is that how you write Ratatoskr in runes? Because I recognize several of those because like I said, I'm learning runes, so those are all runes. That's really interesting. I would love to learn that one of these times. But yeah, I really love what you've done with your storytelling. My favorite of the Ratatoskrs is actually the one on the bottom. His expression just makes me giggle. I really like what you did with your shading too. I didn't see the shaded version until right before stream. So, I mean, I'm just really loving this character. I actually want to see a comic with this guy. Like, I don't know, just like that face at the bottom, I just love it. I love this character. He's so cute, but weird and angry. I don't know. Definitely would love to see more of your work as well. This is also your first entry, and yeah, I hope that we see more because I'm really enjoying the type of art. The very like cute, creepy, but comical character here. Yeah. Did you have anything that you wanted to add, Lunk?
I love that it's a whole scene. When I look at all of them, I can picture the sound that they're making. So from top to bottom, the top one is going, The next one is going, The third one is going, huh? And the last one is going,
Discord cut out your scream. Discord saved us. Discord cuts out screaming for some reason, so that was a scream.
I'm sure that my neighbors are wishing that it got cut out too. But yeah, I just love that it's a whole scene, and it's so fun and creative, and then I also like that you put the effort into like making them all unique from each other. They have different weapons and a different setup, you know. And I would also love the answer behind whether those are the actual runes.
Yeah, like they are ruins, but it's the question is, does it say Ratatoskr? That's what I want to know. What does it say? What does the ruins say? Did you want to read chat this last time?
Sure.
And then
Punky says, Little Bro says, this one is really fun. I think you just used runes that looked like Ratatoskr in English to spell it. And then Punky says, this is a great moving piece. I love the design of this character and that angry little tooth on the bottom design makes your day. I agree. Meow says, I like the one with the axe. It's ready to hunt something down. Yeah. Ready to hunt some nuts. Zeus says, love the lettering and all the different cute yet terrifying Ratatoskrs. Imagine porting on an island full of these. Oh no, I'd be terrified. Brad says, I love it. The guy at the bottom looks like he's photobombing. Oh, yeah, he does. Art bombing? Anyways, they're cool. Nice contrast and subtle use of charcoal to give some landscape background. Little Bro says, looked it up. That is Ratatoskr, spelt in the Elder Fulthark, which is the older Norse language. Nice.
oh, whoa. That's freaking cool. So, Wizard also did a lot of research then.
Yay.
And thank you for looking that up, little bro.
Mucho appreciated.
Alright, so let's come back here. So it's that time where we start pulling the new characters and we start voting on them and we do our giveaways. So let's start doing all that silly stuff. So if you want to try to poll, it never works for you. I don't know how to spell challenge, so I hate my. Oh, I spelled it right. It just took forever. You should draw a bake. Oh, it's a Japanese mythology. Oh, it's a ghost. It's a ghost whale. Wait, what? A ghost whale? Oh, you want to pull one?
Oh yeah, sure. I'll stop messing around.
Oh my gosh, it looks cool. It's a skeleton whale.
A Zamok.
A Zamok. Zamok. Oh, it's a dragon.
Why are there so many dragons?
Because there are! There's tons of dragons. Ooh. He's pretty. Okay.
I'm glad we've gotten things other than dragons. I love drawing dragons, but I'm glad that it didn't turn into the monthly dragon.
Yeah, same. You should draw a... what? What does that say?
And hello to
A blue tiger.
Also, I'm glad that
Oh my gosh, yeah, Tessa! Hi! I'm sorry that I didn't say hi when you first came in. Oh, it's gorgeous! Okay. This is a mythology I did not know about.
What?
Okay, so... blue tiger. Alright, so here we go. Let me pull these so we can see them. Okay, so these are the ones. We have blue tiger. It's kind of cool, actually. I'm really interested to see what the mythology as far as like what this is. Like, look how many people
like
have drawn them.
I like the spiritual one.
Okay, so the next one is the Zamek dragon. It looks like they have random designs for this character. So basically you're gonna probably have a little bit of freedom with this guy. Probably gonna have to read the mythology behind him to see exactly what he looks like. But that's common with dragon mythologies that I've noticed, is that they tend to be a lot of different ways. Okay, so, and then the last one is the Bakujara.
What if you typed in just Zamek?
Just Zamek and not dragon? Yeah, I could try that. But yeah, see this guy's like, this is really cool. It's a skeleton whale. Look at the skeleton whale. Oh my gosh. Honestly, I'm going towards the whale, I think.
Screw the other ones.
Yeah, look at this. That's freaking cool. Okay, now I'll stop selling which one I want.
Vote for the whale.
Okay, so I'm gonna make the poll real quick. Oh, look up.
You should
like
just...
you said to just type in the Zomek.
Yeah.
Same issue. Just a bunch of different dragon pictures.
Dope.
Here's a fandom Wikipedia when he's got eyes on his back. I guess there was Zomek from Final Fantasy, so like that's the design that I'm seeing. So they made one in Final Fantasy. Okay, well anyway, let's make the poll real quick. New poll. And while people are reading, oh my gosh, that scared the fuck out of me. Thank you for that, Zono. Thank you.
Just__monk donated $100. Vote for the whale.
Vote for the whale, he said. Oh my gosh. Thank you for
hey,
that.
Spider. Welcome in.
Let's see, ghost whale. I'm gonna put dragon on this. Dragon. And blue tiger.
With that said, it's time for me to go to bed. I have to hit the road in 3 hours.
No.
Bye, everybody. And I just want to say before I go that I love you all. And I think that you're all awesome. And the myth means so much to me. I honestly probably wouldn't be doing art still to this day if it hadn't been for the myth. And so that's why I'm so happy that it's still happening, and I love to see the folks who are so dedicated to it, as well as I love seeing new folks hopping in, and how much effort is being put in, regardless of whether or not they're veterans of the myth or if they're new to the myth. And I can just see it be continuing to change people's lives. So, at any rate, me.
I don't think he fully said goodbye. Did you? You didn't fully say bye.
What?
What? Alright. Let's see, it looks like so far, we got 50%, we've got 3 votes on the ghost whale. We have 1 vote on blue tiger and 2 votes on the dragon. Oh my gosh, it's closer than I thought. So let's switch over to this real quick. So you guys can see where we're at. Right now we have 9 votes on the ghost whale. Blue on, we've got 3 on blue tiger and 2 on Zomac. Okay, so let me go ahead and start the giveaway. I'm gonna pull up my latch tools. Make this smaller. Can I make this smaller? No. Why can't I make this smaller? I want to be able to make sure we see. I want to see. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so explanation mark passion as usual because we're feeding the passion. Yeah, I'm excited. There's a lot of votes. Thank you guys so much for participating in the votes. So explanation mark passion. Guys, you can only win once a year. And yes. And this is for a $100 Amazon gift card. If you are not in the US, you do have to buy from the US website and mail it to you. So just to keep that in mind if you're not in the US. It's so hard to pick. I know, I'm trying to decide if I should vote. I'm like, I want to. Here, let's vote. Yeah, so it's a Zomek 2, Ghost Whale 10, and Blue Tiger 3. You're okay. You're okay, Zeus. Okay, so we have Brad, Common Boy, Evolutia, Toast, Mia Mouse, Nicholas, Rockhold, and Spider in here. So I normally just, I'm gonna let it just kind of hang out while the vote goes. It is a 10-minute vote, so if you want to read more, since the Ghost Whale is winning, I'm gonna go ahead and read about it. So let's read about this. Read about this. Probably should have read about it first before I voted, but it looks pretty badass, and I want to draw it. Ghost Whale. And Wikipedia. Okay, so in one story, a fisherman tries to catch it with his harpoon, but the harpoon sails right through it, and the bake core jura floated away. In other stories, people say that the bake kajora brings a curse and a general misfortune to the area where it is spotted. So it's supposed to be cursed. Interesting. Let's see if there's any more stories that we can find. It is supposedly a large ghostly skeleton whale and is said to be accompanied by strange birds and fish. Ooh, underwater birds? Guys, underwater birds. Maybe it didn't say underwater, but still. I want them to be underwater birds. I voted, but I'm not trying to enter the giveaway. I'm always confused when it comes to giveaways. Okay, Tissa, you don't have to join, but if it's because you're unsure, well, let me know if you have any questions. Let's just put it that way. Like, if you have any, like, questions about the giveaway, like, I'm totally good with answering them. If it just gives you anxiety, no worries, no worries. This is just all supposed to be fun anyway. Honestly, I think the whale would work best with my final using my damn chalk pastels I bought. Ooh, gonna get some chalk pastels with traditional work. I can't wait. Flying fish and swimming birds. Yes. Hey, it's Japanese and a bone ghost creature. All I needed to know before voting. Yeah, exactly. It's a skeleton, okay? Think I might tackle a phobia with this one. Ooh, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna tell us? This would be my first time, as I did, but I don't know. It'd be your first time? I'm feeling less and less confident about making a waifu out of a skeleton whale with birds. Oh no. Yeah, that might be... I think you could pull it off, but it would be very extremely difficult. Like, you could go, like, anthro whale, but then, like, make it, like, skeleton-esque. Oh, it could be pretty badass. But you would have to have, like, a silhouette of her, like, anatomy. I know that you can do it, Spider. I know you can. Oh, and Steven Punky believes in you. Good night, all. Great work on the monthly myths, everyone. Great work to you, little bro. See. Is everybody in the giveaway that wants to be in it? So I don't know how the system works. So basically you would type in !passion. What would happen is when that person gets drawn, they would friend me in Discord if they're not already friends with me, and I could friend them back, and then I would get an email address from them and then send them the gift card through an email. And it's like I said, it's for Amazon, US Amazon, and I found that out the hard way that like I can't transfer the funds to your like available Amazon in your area because it's like laundering money. Like people use Amazon to launder money. I never knew that. So apparently they don't let you do it because you'll be trying to launder money. I don't know. And Flex Ghost Whale. What's a phobia? Oh no, what's the phobia? You said you mentioned it. What did you mention? Y'all want to see my squirrel whip? Yeah, I would love to see it. Yes, please do. And you can enter whip gifts, guys. You can enter whips. Oh, it looks like the ghost whale one. So that is the one that we're doing, and let's see who won the giveaway. And again, thank you, Monk, for donating. That does help a lot, and it goes right to the community. So, very kind of you. Brad! Brad makes noises! You won the gift card! I have plans for this Ghost Whale and my Sea of Thieves Pirate. Yes! What the hell? What do you mean, what the hell? Brad, what do you mean, what the hell? Oh, it broke. It broke. I just updated Latch Tools and apparently it doesn't like it after somebody wins now. I never win anything! Well, you won this one! So Brad, send me a friend request? Or let me, like, just say something in Discord. Like, you're already in the Discord, right? I'm gonna go into the Discord right now, and I'm gonna @ you in just chatting. To make sure that I friend you. Brad. Okay, so I added you. And if you could just, like, comment in just chatting, I will friend you, friend me back, and then send me an email address. Don't make any typos. Like, no typos at all. And like I said, it works with the Amazon US, so I believe, Brad, you're in Canada, right? So you would have to order through the US site in order to use the gift card, and then just mail it to you. I already have a composition in mind for mine. Ooh, I'm super stoked. Gonna have to go buy some gray paper. Gray paper! I am excited! Oh, let's look at what Spider showed real quick. Oh, I like her! Okay. Check it out, guys! I love what she's doing with her tail! Oh, and you got ruins going down this, like, little part here. And an acorn. Definitely waifu. Oh my gosh, you're getting so good. I like the pose that you have. Definitely want to see you finish this, for sure. I love it, Spider. Guys, go and check out Spider. Spider is a art streamer. He also has an Instagram. Go ahead and plug your socials, Spider, if you'd like. And when you're done with that, just like if you want me to enter it on the site, I will enter it on the site if you would still like to do that. Yeah, super seductive and mischievous. I agree. Okay, so now comes the fun part where I try to find all of the silly stuff on Pixabay. And this is where I drop off the YouTube people and say goodbye to them. So let me stop the recording.